Silk Song news, baby! Finally!
Whatever. You know what we're talking about.
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I hate this game.
I mean, look at you. You've got Batman looking over your shoulder right now. It's like he's got the NDA contract in his hand.
Just eating rusks and shitting myself.
No, I don't care what kind of crap you got going on. Just let me fly around and punch buildings.
They put a ring on a Pokemon.
They put a ring on a Pokemon. I don't... Wondering what's more important, jiggle physics or squeeze physics? Planet inverted
TD
gun Scanonin
Commandant. When playing Tony Hawk, were you ever sat there thinking, man, I wish I was a train right now? Hello and welcome to Across the Podcast. My name is Aidan.
And I'm Stan.
I would like to start this episode with an apology. I've made a serious and there's an alarm going off across the road. I've waited, it's been 4 or 5 hours now. We can't delay this anymore. There's nothing I can do. The window's shut. If you hear some beeping, I'm
Keep
sorry.
it to yourself.
Let me know in the comments how many times the beeping pissed you off this episode.
Yeah. Let us know, because it's important that we know, because I have to hear it this whole time. So, yay me.
I've been hearing it since 8 o'clock this morning. So, big episode this week. We had the opening night live for Gamescom. We've had some more stuff from Gamescom. We had a Kirby Air Riders full direct. We had 2 Xbox broadcasts. We had a Team Cherry announcement. And I've got other news as well. So, what do you say we jump into this?
Yeah. What else are we going to do,
Let's get into the news. I don't know. We could just play I Spy. I don't.
Hey, look around my room and find something. Choose. Just pick one thing. I dare you. Just one. No? Okay. Yeah, we won't do that.
All right. So they started. We'll start with opening night live because that is the biggest one. They started the pre-show. Very first thing they announced, there's a new Bubsy game. What? This took me by surprise, to be honest. Are you very familiar with the Bubsy franchise, Stan?
I was not. I have noticed like a little bit of a resurgence over the last, I want to say about a month or so, with like Bubsy stuff just popping up, and I'm like, what is this? And now we get an announcement for Bubsy 4D, and I'm like, oh, it makes sense why this has been somewhat relevant. Although, who knew? Because like, did it get leaked? Because I didn't hear anything about the new game.
Maybe.
I was just hearing stuff about the old games, even though I had no idea what they were. So, yay.
So Bubsy has a legacy, right? Bubsy 3D in specific was a game renowned for being the worst 3D platformer ever made.
Big shoes.
And that is not an exaggeration of a title. The game sucks, which is why this is so funny, because that essentially killed the franchise with how bad that game was. And now they've come back to make Bubsy 4D. The title itself is obviously a joke about Bubsy 3D. And just from watching the trailer, they make multiple jokes about how bad Bubsy 3D is. So it is my understanding that it has been handed to a different developer.
So is it 4K as well, or just 4D? Like, are we gonna 4D?
Are there
8K?
any 4K games? Like, I know technically, yes, there are 4K games, but like realistically, are there actually any 4K games?
Well, Bubsy could be the
Not
first
really.
and worst.
Maybe. I have high hopes, to be honest. Like, just from looking at the trailer, it already looks better than 3D did.
Well, if it's the worst, how hard is that to beat?
That is true. It's a low bar, but I'm excited. I think this is gonna be fun. I like how they're leaning into the jokes about 3D being such an abomination.
Yes, because if there's one thing we
I
love
have been
is joking on your own thing that you previously sold us.
True, but at least they're self-aware, you know. I have taken actual classes in like game design, and it has been mentioned in those as being a big do not do this. never copy Bubsy.
Here's what not to do. 101.
Yeah, basically. So for that, Bubsy 3D is great. It's a fantastic manual of do not even think about it. But
it's a fantastic learning experience. That's it's a great way to be remembered.
I think it's hilarious, and I'm actually looking forward to the new one. After that, we got Battlestar Galactica: Scattered Hope. It's it's a strategy game. Do you know much about Battlestar Galactica? I'll be honest, I haven't really partaken.
It's a show, I think, right?
That it is, I think.
I know
Pretty
that.
sure.
So I know enough, right?
Someone will love this. After that, there's a remake or remaster, sorry, for which is strange that it's not a remake, but a remaster for Outlaws, which is an old LucasArts game. That looked kind of cool.
Like
fun
Star Wars?
for 10 minutes if you don't have the same company. No. Yeah, they make a lot of other stuff though.
It's weird. I did see this. This is where like you just like you're walking around with a gun the entire time.
Yeah, it's like an old Doom kind of thing,
Yeah, like a Western deal.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the game footage we saw was the remastered version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still looked pretty old.
Which is why I say
kind of rough.
Fun for 10 minutes. Like if you're a fan of the original and you have that nostalgia, this is great. And I love when they make games like that, because even though it's not necessarily for me, I'm really glad that it exists, because someone's gonna like this.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Because if they get that, then that means one day maybe I'll get something I want, which I am. We'll talk about that later.
We are. Stay tuned for Kirby Air Riders.
That one too.
But yeah, so cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically everything I like.
Stay tuned later for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's just a newer version of the older thing that I love. That's what I am as a gamer nowadays. I don't care for all this, the biggest, the best, the newest, yada yada. I don't care. Give me my old game, but I can play it on my new device.
Speaking of old games, you remember Tony Hawk, Stan?
Yeah, I have quite fond memories of some of the Tony Hawk games.
When playing Tony Hawk, were you ever sat there thinking, man, I wish I was a train right now?
I can't say that I have. Honestly, no.
Well, fear not, because your prayers have been answered in Dench Attack. It's Tony Hawk, but with trains. I say Tony Hawk. It looks kind of linear, to be honest, in the levels. It looks more like a Sonic game.
Okay.
It looks interesting. The graphics are cool. I like the camera effects. I'm intrigued. It's a strange concept, just inherently it is. You can't deny that, but they've taken it and they've run with it, It looks, they've done a good job of it. So I'll be looking out for that.
Excited, sure.
If you do like retro games, though, you might be a bit more in tune with the next one, which is He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction, which is your standard beat 'em up. It's nice. We've seen a lot of these coming lately. They're making a new Scott Pilgrim as well.
Yeah, we've seen they've made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. You said, the Scott Pilgrim one. Like this seems to be. I don't know who it's for. Apparently, it's a rather large community of very many diverse gaming types, because we're getting all of them essentially.
This is for my dad. This is who this is for.
I would say I sat down with my son and we played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones, and we beat it in like an hour.
Yeah, they're not very long, but I guess the appeal of it is the arcade mode, right? Because even if they do make a long story mode, it's going to be a really repetitive one.
Yeah.
You're here for the arcade combat.
Just the same thing over and over again, kind of like any platformer or Metroidvania.
I like the ones they've been releasing more recently. Particularly, I was playing the old Scott Pilgrim one. I say old. The last one It's not really an old one, but the last one
That's
before
like-
the new one coming out, and
like
they
2
do the.
years old, right? What, 1 year, 2 years?
I don't know, to be honest. It's been a
It's
while.
has it been longer than that? I thought it was more
I
recent.
think so, because they stopped doing them for a little bit.
Oh.
But when they do that, is as you play, you unlock new stuff, you know, and then you
No
can go
way.
back to older levels, and they're easier to do, and things like that. I like that structure of it,
So new
which
game
wasn't
plus.
necessarily in kind of.
Except you get to choose your
yeah.
own stage, yeah. Which
But obviously they didn't
games
have
have
that in
that.
the originals. But yeah, but when you go back to the really old ones, though, I'm talking like the old Simpsons arcade classics. Like, obviously, there's like 5 levels. Everything is there from the rip. You've got 2 buttons and a joystick. Good luck.
and a dream.
And a dream. But yeah, there's a new He-Man one coming. So that's cool.
Yay.
Absalom. I have this written down as being a cool-looking side-scroller fighting game.
That's all you need.
Which means I
nowadays.
probably liked the look. Yeah, that's all you need. I won't explain.
Let's just.
Which probably means while I was watching the trailer, I thought, "Oh, this is cool. I should write this down," and then forgot to.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you need nowadays. Just make a
we should-
Metroidvania or a side-scrolling fighting game and rip it and ship it, reskin it and sell it.
Yeah, it's been a few days since I watched this. We should also mention that yes, this video is 2 days late,
Yeah,
2 or 3, depending on how the rest of this day goes.
we had some things show up. Well, first of all, we did have our normal recording day would have put us before some certain events that we were kind of waiting on anyways. So we did delay for that. But then that day specifically, I was busy. Then the following day, he was busy. Aidan.
It was a whole thing.
That guy over there, he was busy. So I was busy. Then he was busy.
The British one.
And now, the one that doesn't look like this, that guy. We've been going back and forth between being busy. So today we were both free, and that is when you get this.
Sorry.
Yep. We apologize, but not really, because we had to bring you this news. And how would we do that if we didn't know it all, right?
Exactly.
So we were just more prepared. That's what we are.
Precisely. Long Gone is a pixel art zombie survival game. I remember this one because I remember thinking, what? The art is really cool. It's like a really old school. But normally when you see pixel art games, they stay pretty solidly to a sprite sheet, and they don't deviate from that too much because animating one-off animations in pixel art is really time-consuming.
Yeah.
This one has that everywhere. Like, the whole game is, like, specifically animated, but in pixel art. So, I imagine this took a long time to make, and I thank them for it, because it looks cool.
It's as long as they're not long gone by the time this game sells, and they can make a new one, it'll be nice. Maybe they'll get to do a sequel. Maybe it won't take them 7 years.
I won't take this slander. Absalom is one I've already talked about. I'm not doing well with this dark mode change. I switched it so that I'm turning it back.
Yeah, we're on Valor Mortis. Body horror
Valor
FPS
Mortis.
is what's written here.
Yeah, there's not really much more to say to that. That's what the game looked like. It's an FPS, but there's a lot of freaky body horror graphics.
Borer Hordy. There's Borer Hordy. If you like Borer Hordy in FPS games, check out Valor Mortis. That's it. Mm-hmm. And even more interestingly, do you want to? Should we? This is what we should do. We should both try to pronounce it at the same time.
Okay, so
PVKK, otherwise known as Planet Inverted Scanonin
Commandant.
Yeah, that
nailed it.
Please, can you please put that on the screen for people to see? Like, just put that across the
Yeah, I
screen so
will.
people could try to read that along with
That's
what we
the
were saying.
name of the game.
I feel like I was
But
rather
it has
close.
also been shortened. I think we were spot on.
Yeah. I don't understand why it's been shortened to what it was shortened. I mean, is it
Easy to say.
Wait a minute. So maybe that's how you pronounce it, is per each individual. Okay, so Planetin Vertidigan no. Just no. PVKK, coming to a theater near you, is a giant cannon operating simulator.
Yeah, so you have one of these. It's a fantasy machine. It's a huge cannon, right? And then you live in the operating room for the cannon, and there's all these buttons and dials to turn the cannon, aim the cannon, fire the cannon. And you have different missions to do. I seem to remember there being more to this because I've seen this game before.
You remember?
I don't remember where,
but you don't remember what it was.
I seem to remember there being some sort of horror element, like a sort of analog horror kind of thing.
Okay.
I could be mixing stuff up because I can't actually find this now. Admittedly, it's a long list, so I didn't look very hard. But
it's possible. I mean, there are like 100 things on this list, so it's possible you could have seen something else and thought it was that. It's
maybe, but
there's no telling.
Yeah, I have heard of this game before, and I seem to remember there being more than just firing a cannon. So we'll see. But it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's not really a cozy game, but it's not really an action game. You sit in one place and you do this thing.
Definitely not very cozy trying to pronounce it.
Definitely not.
They got that nailed down to us. They're gonna raise a lot more questions with the name than they're gonna answer, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Routine is a horror game. Yeah,
horror game.
That's all we've got there. Horror game. You like horror games? Check out Routine.
This might be for you.
Yeah. Beginning to feel.
Swords
like
of Legends is a third-person action game. I am of the opinion that people use the word Souls-like a little too easily. So I am not going to use that yet until we've seen more about it. People seem to think that any sort of third-person action game with a dodge roll and a big sword makes it a Souls-like. I don't agree with that. So I'm not going to call it that yet.
I mean,
until we've seen more.
Kinda right though. They're not fully right, but kind of right?
Similar. I see why they're saying that, but I think there's a lot more to it that you need a sort of campfire mechanic, an actual Souls mechanic, things like that. Things that we have not seen from this game yet.
Okay. We'll hold judgment.
So I will stick to calling it a third-person action game for the time being.
Okay.
Swords of Legends. If you like that sort of game, this is probably for you. That sort of Dark Souls, Lies of P kind of thing. Road Kings. This is American Truck Simulator, but there's a hurricane involved. Need I say more?
That's what that was. Was it a hurricane or was it a dust storm?
Did they say?
I don't remember.
Some sort of twisty thing.
Yeah, it's something. Look, if you've played American Truck Simulator, or if you've seen American Truck Simulator, just imagine that, but there's a disaster that is requiring you to do it in a faster manner. So just, you have a time limit now. There you go.
Yeah, and I imagine it's probably harder to drive.
Yeah, probably. There's probably conditions from the weather.
Well, from what I'm aware, I believe American Truck Simulator is the less popular one, right?
Is it?
Am I making that up? Euro Truck Simulator is the big one, I think. It's a bigger game. That's the one they keep making DLC for, anyway.
I'm American, so there's only one I know about. I do technically have the game, but to be fair, I did not buy the game. The game was gifted to me, so
I have, I think, Euro Truck Simulator, because it was one of the Steam sales. It was on for like £2, and I was like, yeah, all right, I'll probably play that. And then didn't. So
That's fair. You know what would be funny is if we could play online together. I play American, you play Euro, and they cross-platform. That
would be funny.
That would be funny.
I've seen there's a lot of people, there was this trend of people naming stream titles drunk driving, and then they play one of these with the steering wheel and like a bottle of whiskey, and that's the whole stream.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, could be. That's, you've got to buy a steering wheel in order to do that. That only costs a couple $100 if you want a decent one.
Which is too much dedication than I'm willing to put in.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten there yet. Maybe one day I will, but I haven't yet.
If you want your fast action-packed racing fix, you can instead play Crossworlds, which was the last game in the pre-show. They announced how many slots there was there on the season pass, like 6 or 7. They announced the next one is going to be Pac-Man. Pac-Man is going to be in Crossworlds, which is cool. I believe this is not at launch. From what I remember, this is coming next year.
You're going to get to waka all down that track.
Maybe. Which is funny. This leaves one more slot, I believe. There's one more DLC on the season pack. That we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, we still have a month, or is it 2 months before this game comes out?
I forget. I should know because it's on my fancy critic. But
you should know. It's a pretty big deal to you, I would think.
It's this year. I'm looking forward to. I might get it on Switch. To be honest.
Okay, that's a choice.
I honestly think I might get more mileage out of it.
That is fair. I'll say that. That is fair. You may just being able to take it with you and stuff does make it convenient.
Yeah, because like racing games aren't the sort of games I often sit down and play. I did with Team Sonic Racing, but only to the point that I finished the campaign, and I don't think I've touched it since, outside of like having friends over. So if I'm going to do that, I might as well also be able to do it online with you guys on the Switch,
Yeah, I do like playing racing games. I do have a fun time playing racing games. The only problem is usually after I play with people a couple of times, I don't get invited back. So I just
get a load of this guy. He's too good.
Stop. Well, no, it's a different experience because like when people like say for example, me and you we play Fortnite or whatever, we're on the same team. So like if you invite me to play, me being good is good for you. But if we're playing Mario Kart and I beat you every single time we play, it's not going to inspire you to want to play anymore. And I don't want to not win because that's the point of it. So then, like, I'm either left in an awkward position or you are. Somebody's getting left somewhere. And I don't like that.
Fair enough. They also announced that Sonic is going to be in Pac-Man World 2, the remake. Although not Sonic specifically, Pac-Man dressed as Sonic in a Green Hills looking level will be in the game.
Pac-Man skinned Sonic alive, and he's wearing it to show everybody else not to mess with him. He ate a cherry, Sonic popped up, and he handled his business. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I will jump. We have a few extra little points of news. I'm going to jump to one of those quickly because it ties in with this. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which comes out soon, did announce that they're going to be doing a Sega Villains DLC pack. Ooh. So there's going to be a DLC where you also fight. I believe the only one they've officially announced was Dr. Eggman.
Eggman.
And then there's also going to be a few others that they've not talked about yet.
So you're just going to get to fight Jim Carrey. Awesome.
I think it's the game version.
The B-.
Considering the style of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that slide and move on.
Yeah.
So, then we move on to the main show for opening night live. The very first thing that he said in the main show was that Silk Song was going to be launching this year.
That pissed me off. Okay, I'm tired of this
Thank you,
man.
Jeff.
I'm tired of Jeff and his bullshit. Because every time Jeff has something to say about Silksong, it is in the most dismissing, demeaning manner that can exist. And at this point, just don't say anything. Just you.
Did you see the tweet?
What?
He made a tweet before the show of him wearing a clown nose, simply captioned "First time?" ?
Oh, okay, yeah. So
or something like that.
I remember saying something about that. But my only problem is, like, if Team Cherry is going to announce something, just let Team Cherry announce it. Like, that's what we're expecting.
We already say that they were going
Don't
to
announce that they're going to announce it. Okay, we'll figure that out when they announce it, won't we?
Silksong now, or leave it till later?
Well, I mean, that's up to you. That's a you thing, my guy. We can talk about it now and later. I don't care.
We know why we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, Silksong news, baby! Finally! The last one! Oh my god. We have been waiting for this.
Well, you say last one, we still have next week.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. But I'm gonna have to make a compilation of these soon. So we got a release date for Silksong. You know that thing I said we were gonna get 2 months ago? It's here. I may have missed the mark slightly on that one. Silksong will be releasing worldwide, digitally only, on September 4th, which is, it was in 2 weeks from the live stream, so that's in what, like 9 days, 11 days?
I see how you,
it's soon.
You slid that digital only under there quietly, like you're professionally trying to sell this game.
It's digital only, unfortunately.
Yes,
I am
so far
personally...
There
obviously, it will have a physical,
but we have not heard anything about it.
Obviously, it will. Like,
will it? What if it bombs?
If it bombs, calm down, sit down, mate.
It's only supposed to be twice the size of the previous game. What if it's twice as bad?
I am personally fine with it being digital only. First, based on the structure of the company, I would rather have the game than not have the game.
No.
And then making a physical version is obviously a lot more legwork that they're going to have to do. What I'm not particularly happy about is the fact that they haven't announced when or... I mean, I guess. They haven't announced when or how it will be physical. We don't know if there's any sort of special edition, which there probably will be.
Yeah.
We don't know what platforms it's going to be on. I think it's going to be on the original Switch, I would assume. I don't know for sure, though. You know, all these things that would be nice to know. We don't know.
Like a price.
Also...
That would be nice, too.
Yep. Doesn't have a price.
Don't know that. Comes out in less than 2 weeks, and we have no idea how much it costs.
Which is quite wild. We do know that it won't be $70. We know it'll be less than that because one of the creators said so when asked. But that's a wide range, you know? It could be 50.
Going to be less than 70. They should have made it. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. They should have made it 70. One for every year. $10 for every year.
They could have done, and they would have gotten away with it, to be fair. I'm glad they didn't, because as hyped as this game is,
that you know of,
when you look at it objectively, it is still an indie game. You know, this isn't quite 70 worthy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's a large game by the looks of things.
$70 because they don't deserve that money. You're right. You heard him, guys.
No,
he said it. Indie games don't deserve to be able to charge $70 for their games, but AAA corporations do. This guy over here, okay. I don't know what to say.
That's not quite what I meant. If an indie game has a huge team and has... okay, that's what I should be saying, really. Because it's such a small team, despite it being 7 years in the making.
Oh, so no matter how much work they had to do, no matter how great it is, just because there's not that many people, they shouldn't make as much. Gotcha.
Losing my rags, Daniel. At the end of the day, it is just a side scroller, you know. As cool as it is, this isn't GTA 6 we're talking about. I I would probably pay 70 for it because I love this kind of game. But there are lots of people who are only so-so on the idea, and I'm glad that they aren't going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Anything to say about that? Is that all right?
I mean, you just compared this game to GTA 6 and said GTA 6 is better. I don't know that some people are going to agree with that, but sure, you heard it here, everyone. GTA 6 apparently is better than Silksong. Neither game have released yet, but we have opinions completely validated by this man over here. Anything else you want to add to that?
Stan can't see the camera right now because of internet issues, but he'll laugh at the clip.
I will.
Team Cherry have apparently also said that they have ambitious, quote unquote, plans for expansion content, just like they did with Hollow Knight. For those of you who somehow still don't know the story, Silksong was originally going to be a DLC for Hollow Knight, and with rolling scope and how things go, it eventually became its own game. It eventually had more rolling scope and took them 7 years. So, we may see another one in another 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
We may just see expansion content for this. They might move on to something completely different. There might be a third game. I don't know.
The problem is they were going to release this as DLC, but then they saw what Nintendo did with Tears of the Kingdom and were like, you know what? We could sell a whole another game. And they did. So that's what you're getting. This is the Tears of the Kingdom treatment. Don't look at me and be like, oh, he's a Tears of the Kingdom hater. Literally like my favorite Switch game ever. But at the same time, it is very much just Breath of the Wild DLC. So Silksong is going to be Hollow Knight DLC to me, no matter what you say. No matter if you charge me separately for it, a full game price. Even if it has its own cartridge. I don't care. It's DLC.
I'm going to let you die on that hill alone.
Fine.
There have been some other indie titles that have seen this announcement and have decided to delay their games, which I think is one of the negatives of releasing a game like this.
That's an interesting thing, that not only has Silksong delayed their own game, they are now delaying other indie games. They're just professional. Team Cherry is a professional indie delayer. Even to they're not their own team. They've done something. They've cornered that market. Proud of them.
So, I honestly don't know how you pronounce this. Eterna Lucis?
Sure.
Eterna Lucis. That game. The devs have straight up come out and said that the game is done, but they don't want to compete with Silksong, so they're pushing it to next year.
What? Next year?
Not like a full year away, but like next calendar year, they're pushing it to 2026.
There's still 4 months left in this year. People will have Silksong beaten within the next month. It comes out in 2 weeks. It'll be beaten within the next month. There may be some yada yada going on about it. If the modding community gets involved on computer and everything like that, then maybe Silksong can live on to the end of the year. But for those people who are just buying it for the Switch or whatever, Silksong is not going to be a game that lasts the rest of the year for you. You're going to have other games that you're going to pick up. So that seems a bit out of touch with gamers if you are expecting a gamer to get a game and just stay dedicated to it to the rest of the year. That's not happening. There's not a game on the market that can keep someone entertained for 4 whole months straight without playing something else.
Their official statement is, our initial plan was to launch it this September, but after the announcement of Silksong, we are fully aware that our game wouldn't have the visibility it deserves. Competing with a phenomenon of that scale would not only be unfair to our team's effort, but also to you, the community, who expect to experience this adventure under the best possible conditions.
So they're the opposite of Devolver, because Devolver is like, we're going to release a game the day GTA 6 comes out. We don't care if it's ready. We may be even done with a game and we're just delaying it till then, but we want to release it the day So these are the opposites of them. That's interesting.
I mean, GTA is already screwed. It's now sharing a year with Lego Batman. We'll talk about that later, but Game of the Year lost. But yeah, there's also Phaland, which has changed. It had a launch date for September 9th. They have postponed the release.
Did you say December 9th? Did you say September? Okay,
9th.
it kind of cut out for a second. All I heard was the ember, and I was like,
that would have been wild.
Yeah, like why are you delaying 3 months late? What?
And then also Clover Pit has decided to delay the game.
Oh no, not Clover
Pit. My big
Pit.
thing is that none of these games have given another date. They've all just said we're not doing it yet. They had dates. They had dates in September, and they've now said later.
We're going to. No, we're not.
Just later.
Late.
Because they are scared to release in the same month as Silksong, which is kind of fair.
Are we going to get more information from these games, giving us a bigger, giving it a bigger net of attention?
I imagine we will, but it won't be in the same spotlight as they're currently with ONL going on and the Silksong announcement being this week. Everyone's going to see that they've delayed it. Only the people specifically waiting for it are going to see when they've delayed it too.
So my question is, are you not also worried about making your loyal fans, people that are actually looking forward to your content, mad? Because if you've announced a release date and now they're looking forward to this just for you to push it back, only on the accord that Silksong is coming out, not because you need more time, not because anything else. Like, the game is done. You just simply are not giving it to the person who wants it because of another game. Do you not worry that'll make your fan base mad?
Maybe.
Because I'd be furious. You telling me I can't have the game I want because some other game is coming out? No, you've lost me completely.
It's fair, yeah. It's a tricky situation. That is the downsides of a game like this giving a release date so close to it.
Yeah.
They give us 2 weeks warning.
So everybody just be mad at Silksong. That's their fault. That's all their fault. 2 weeks, they're going to announce a release date. They should have just shadow dropped it. Why not?
Hold on.
Huh?
I don't hear an alarm anymore.
Oh?
Can I open my window and not boil? Hold on.
Oh, he's going to leave for just a moment. While he's gone, we'll talk about this Team Cherry debacle. So apparently they have now forced other indie companies into the lack of being able to release their game when they were going
There's a breeze!
When they previously announced it. And they're just happy about this. They're just up in the air. They haven't told us what the price is. You know what would be interesting is if they want to see how many people wish listed on Steam before they release how much they're going to sell it for. Because they could do that.
Silksong is the most wishlisted game on Steam, I believe.
So then they could say like GTA 6 is supposed to be 100. Maybe they're the first $100 game.
Well,
it is. How much was Silksong when it released? I mean, not Silksong, Hollow Knight. The non-DLC.
Released? God, I don't remember. It goes for like $10, $15 these days, though.
Yeah. Well, whatever it was, I mean, they could probably double that since this is supposed to be double the game. From what I've read, it's supposed to be double the game. So
said who though?
According to what they said, as opposed to like how many benches there are, and how many unique monsters and everything, it is supposed to be pretty much like a two times the size game. So, which is, if you guys know or not, Here's the Kingdom was literally 2 size of Breath of the Wild. Just saying, there's a lot of parallels there. Maybe somebody should look into that.
I'm looking on SteamDB. It's not a very easy chart to maneuver.
Okay.
View full data for free by signing it. Nuts to that. You'll have to figure it out yourself. My bad, guys.
I'm not signing in.
Black Ops 7. We'll move on.
What?
Back to the main show for opening night live. Who is excited for Black Ops 7? 13-year-olds everywhere go crazy.
I would say I still haven't even picked up Black Ops 6. Because
You might have to. Apparently, this leads on from it. Apparently, it leads on from Black Ops 2 and 6.
The irritating part about this is usually games of this, let's say caliber. Usually games of this caliber have time to go on sale before we get an announcement of a new one. So say for example, Black Ops 6, $69, yada yada. It has time to move down to about the $49 range before we get an announcement of Black Ops 7. That has not happened. This game is still the same price as when it released, and people are buying this game new still as of, the day this launched, telling us about the new game. So they're just like, remember that game that you maybe just bought full price yesterday? Here's the sequel to it. So you didn't actually even have to do that if you'd just waited a little bit longer, because it comes out in what, November? November 14th. 3 months.
Yeah.
The other game came out this year, didn't it? Didn't Black Ops 6 released this year? Why are we turning so many games so quickly, Call of Duty? How about let's just make one that's really good? Huh? Or just do the DLC thing. You already sell everything else in there. Did it come out this year? I may be wrong about that.
Don't know.
Let me look that
up. I would say that less and less people are excited about Black Ops every time they do one, obviously. I will also say that they are trying some different things.
Oh, my bad. It did release October of last year. That's on me, guys.
So still a year between games of this caliber, as you say, still isn't very long.
Yeah. It's basically the
13 months,
stop naming it Black Ops 6 and 7. Just adapt the gaming, like the football, soccer, whatever. Just throw the year behind it. Just Black Ops 24, Black Ops 25, Black Ops 26. Why not? If you're gonna make one every year,
don't give them any ideas.
Let us know. Well, if they do that, then there will be a respectable price drop in there. Because like if you go try to buy Madden NFL 24 right now, you got to pay like $5 for it. But if you go try to buy Black Ops 6 2 years from now, it's still going to be like $20. So if they add a year to it, it makes it seem older, and then it'll be worth less because it's showing that obviously this is not the superior version to the one that's out now. Unless they do like football did, and that 1 year just give up, and it's just worse every year from there, which is possible. Very likely. Is EA involved with Call of Duty? They are, right? Or are they not? It's Activision. They're the same thing.
It's Activision.
It's the same
I will
thing.
say there's a few cool things. One, the trailer was actually pretty sick. It's Metallica, and they've got the shots synced to the music. My simple brain thought, yeah, that's cool. Other than that, there's going to be, I will say, I don't think this is at launch because this is Call of Duty we're talking about. There's going to be a zombies mode that's top down. There's like a cool little top down zombies, but I don't know. They didn't really say much about it, but it looked cool.
Yeah,
it's something new at least.
And then
also
mode?
the campaign is. Does Call of Duty have a photo mode? These are the questions we need to be asking.
It should.
It has a co-op campaign though. The campaign at any point, I believe, you don't have to do the whole thing like this. You can add more, up to 4 players. It's online. You can play missions on your own. You can do it with friends. I think that's genuinely pretty cool.
Well, see, that's one of the reasons why I always liked Call of Duty games, was that you could do split screen co-op for the campaign. That was a big deal to me. Like everybody wanted to play these games, that games, yada yada. We didn't really have internet when I was growing up, or well, it existed, but we didn't have it. Not my family. So games like this where me and my brother could play, or me and a friend could play, just sitting on the couch, that was important because, like I said earlier, when playing games, it's a lot better to play a game together with someone than against someone. At least if you like them, anyways.
Yeah.
If you don't like them, then by all means, put them on the other team. But if you like them, put them on your team. Unless you're not any good at the game, then who cares? But if you are, you're not going to make friends that way. So That is
I
one
do
of the
have fond memories
biggest
playing,
things.
gun game and deathmatch split screen on the PS3.
Yeah.
So I do like that they're doing that.
Yeah. I would like to honestly a 4-player co-op campaign. So like when you play Call of Duty games and you have like a squad of like AI that don't know what the hell they're doing, they'll like yell at you like watch out for this grenade, then get shot 6 times and you can't pass the mission because they died. Now you could have like a full little elite squad of you and your boys just
Yeah,
going through the campaign, and that is awesome. I do like that. And
that
for
is cool.
that, I may actually get this game, maybe, if I can find 3 other people to get this game to play with me. That'd be the only way I play it. But if I can find them, then I'm all in.
But yeah, as much as it is fun to dog on Call of Duty for being Call of Duty, that is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, they do have, and that's with every game they have. Like no game specifically is the best of games, but there are points in at least every other Call of Duty game where you're like, okay, this is awesome. It doesn't reflect the entire game, but there's a game mode or a specific thing. Maybe it's the story mode and everything else sucks, or maybe it's the multiplayer and the story mode sucks or doesn't exist. We know you have games like that. And those those are the things that make it great. It's not a you want to buy it day of release type thing, but like a couple years from now, you'll might just pick it up off a shelf, sit down, play it, and have a blast. So, and only paying like $15 to $20 for it rather than paying full price for it because it's not justifiable technically. But it all depends on your gaming style, of course. We try to be fair to people. There are people that really like playing every single Call of Duty game there is. While I feel like that's a bit excessive, I also can't judge you. I play every football game that comes out every year. So, more power to you, more power to me, and let's just play games and, be happy.
Yeah.
Except for when they
I
suck.
will say,
Then talk about them.
Battlefield just had a demo, and everyone seems to really like that.
Yeah, the
So maybe
what was it? Battlefield
I
6?
didn't play it, but it was to the point where not only did I hear opinions about it from people in our circles, I also came across people talking about it at work, which is a new experience for me.
Yeah. I have heard
So
a
this
lot of
hit
good things
mainstream
about it.
markets.
And I've
Yeah.
watched it be played, of course, because what else am I gonna do? I'm not gonna play it, obviously. Why would I? But I'll see other people play it. And it's I mean, the pew pew game.
How they do be. um
If you
But
like
yeah.
Battlefield, you'll like this. It's of course also named Battlefield. But yeah.
Lords of the Fallen 2. I honestly didn't know what this was. I didn't know what the first game was, but looking at the trailer, looks pretty sick.
No
Weird
surprise
thing
here.
though,
I have the first game.
I would expect as much. It's not coming to Steam. It's an Epic and console exclusive.
Yeah, now that
Okay.
bit right there is interesting. I didn't know people actually got games that weren't Epic off of Epic. Like, I saw, of
Yeah.
course, whenever I load the Epic thing, I see like GTA or whatever, yada yada, whatever they're advertising. But I didn't expect that anybody actually bought these from there. But
I
now, if you
know.
want
I've
to play
seen
Lords
some
of
people
Fallen
get
on
like
PC,
free games.
you're gonna have to. Yeah,
It has to be through Epic.
free games
Strange.
are fine, but like somebody actually paying Epic for a game not made by Epic to me just seems wrong. Just not it's not right.
Yeah. But oh well. Get it on PS5 anyway.
Yeah.
Sekiro gets an anime. I don't really know what Sekiro is, nor do I particularly watch anime, but I'm sure people are thrilled.
Sure they are. For the big news now. Are you ready for this?
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I hate this game. I hate the concept of Lego Batman, a new one, for a very specific reason. Now that the clickbait is done, I'm upset with this game because I was in the running to work on this game. I still have every time I've spoken about me having an NDA, I've signed a few, but at least 50% of the time it was because of this game, right? And I didn't even get to work on it. And I've still had this NDA, and there are still things I can't talk about, because there are still things that I know about this game that nobody else does, because it's not announced yet. So as much as I love the concept of a Lego Batman game, as much as I love the other ones, as much as I love the concept of this game in particular, I am still being screwed over in my real life because I missed the opportunity to work on this game for an entire year, and I still have to watch what I'm saying about it, because not everything I know about this game is public information.
Yeah, that's, you know what? That's on them. Honestly, they need to do better about that, because you should have been working on it. I mean, look at you. You've got Batman looking over your shoulder right now. It's like
Exactly.
he's got
He's
the
literally
NDA contract in his hand.
Oh,
He's like, go ahead,
So-
say it. I dare you. Say it.
So there were TT runs a thing. TT Traveler's Tales, the company that makes the game. Every year runs like an internship program thing. Every year they get about 300 to 400 applicants. I was one of these applicants in, I want to say 2023. I got past the first round of interviews. I got past the first round of tests. I got into the top 10 people in the running to work on this game. I had an interview with both heads of programming at Traveler's Tales. They had slightly different job titles. I forget what they were, but basically both heads of programming. And I prepared for a different set of questions than I actually got asked, so I got screwed out of it, and they never called me back. Which also, TT, just send me an email saying I didn't get it. How hard would that have been?
Yeah, like just give me don't have me sitting around going, well, maybe they'll let me know one day. Just let me know I did.
Literally. For all I know, I'm still waiting on the acceptance.
Yeah, hey, you may be working on it tomorrow. You don't know.
But yeah, that aside,
They're gonna
now
get
we
you
can
for the
talk about the actual
DLC.
game.
Yeah.
Um,
So looking at this game, there are, from the trailer, there is a bunch of different movie references, movie moments, and everything like that, just straight in the gameplay, which I find hilarious and think is awesome. Unfortunately, this is, in my opinion, the unfortunate part is that it's a Lego game. I would love this in a non-Lego form. That would be amazing.
I've seen some people saying that.
I also
My argument to
love. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Is that there is a certain brand of comedy that comes with a Lego game like this. You would not be able to do this story because it's no specific movie story. It's an original story that happens to have a load of moments from different movies in it.
Yeah.
You would not be able to pull that off without the meta behind it of it's just a Lego game, you know?
Well,
There is no world in which you do this in, say, an Arkham game or something of that caliber and it not come across a little bit weird.
well, if you took the, all right, let's do a callback here. If you took the Black Ops approach and made it like a time traveling thing, or if you did it like Assassin's Creed with the Animus or whatever, like your Batman's long lost relative
Yes.
or whatever, and you got to go back and play the other Batman stories or whatever, or if, Bruce is having old man flashbacks and you're just doing those. So they could do something. But
At
the
that
one
point,
thing,
though, you have to find a way to link all of these moments together
oh, you can't.
without the excuse of you. I don't think you could.
I think you can.
You
I
need
think
the
you're not being
excuse of
imaginative
this
enough.
is made as a joke, like not as a joke, but this is made with the whimsy of a Lego game, and I think that's the only
whimsy.
way you can excuse this sort of thing. The whimsy.
Yes.
I think it's necessary.
The thing I love in this game, because we've talked about this before, specifically involving another Batman game. The thing I love about this game is in the trailer, you saw different Batmobiles. And the man came out on stage and directly said, you can drive any Batmobile you want. Love that.
He was very, yeah.
He was very. You could
confident
drive
that he had all of them.
every Batmobile, and that's what I wanted because that's what
I don't think that's true. But
would want in any Batman game. Because most of the Batman games that you play, like there's no tie-in to any story specifically. Not movie related, anyways. They may be comic related, but movie related. There is no Batman. The other than like Batman Begins for the Xbox, you got that. But like the newer ones, the Arkham series, there's no direct tie-in, so I should be able to drive whatever Batmobile I want to. Now I have to do it in Lego mode, apparently.
Okay, so I'm assuming everybody has seen the trailer for this, right? If you haven't, though, it is very Arkham inspired by the looks of it. They did mention that when they're taking from different things, they are also considering the games, which is very clear. The gameplay genuinely looks like an Arkham. I've seen people make mods for Arkham Knight that puts Lego Batman in the game.
The combat is like 1-to-1 to an Arkham game. Like it does not look like Lego game combat. It looks like Arkham game combat.
Not
and
at
I'll
all.
give it that. It's
which is awesome.
Well done. Excellent.
There's the combo meter. There's different takedowns. It looks like a Lego and like a simpler version of the free flow system.
Punch somebody one time and they explode into pieces. Like you actually have to land a couple of hits. It's nice. It's not. The environment appears to be destructible in a way. So it's not just you hit something it blows up. There's a damage scale to everything, and I like that.
It's also the first Lego game to have different difficulties. There is a difficulty for if you want to play this like a Lego game, if you want to give this to your 6-year-old.
Yeah.
There's probably not a fail state. There's, it's easier. There's things like that. And then there are 3 difficulties. There's that one that I forget the exact names for them, but there's a slightly more difficult version, and then there's like a hardcore mode, which I think is really
it's called the Dark Knight mode,
something like that.
Another.
Yeah.
It's what I'm gonna be playing on.
It looks awesome. I think there might actually be a fail state. No, unfortunately. That is one of my biggest gripes with it, is that this is 2025, TT. Why is it still only couch co-op?
Well, dagnabbit. I don't want to play it.
Yeah. So we can't play it together. But
I mean, we could get a really big couch. It's just got to cross the Atlantic. That's it.
And talk about input delay. Jesus Christ.
Hey, if it doesn't fully enter the country because half of it is in that country, would we have to pay tariffs?
Okay.
I mean, would we?
On each packet loss. What else was I going to say about it? Fail states.
There
might actually be fail states. Lego games don't really have fail states. They have like lives. And they have, you can die, but when you die, you just lose a few studs and then you immediately respawn and nothing really happens.
You have hearts and then maybe you lose coins and then, but that's it. That's the worst thing that happens. Like
there
is
is no
reloading
fail
state or anything.
Yeah. There might actually be that here in one of the harder modes, which my question is, I know you haven't really played any Arkham games, but when you die in an Arkham game, there's it fades to black, and then whoever you died to, or whichever big villain you are currently fighting the henchman of, come in and say a line to Batman as if he has actually died, right?
Okay.
Can you imagine how funny they could make some of those in a Lego game? That would be incredible. Also, I want the goons. I know they're not called goons anymore, which is really funny. Just like a meta thing in itself. They've had to not call them goons because they know what kind of jokes people are going to make.
Yeah.
They're called like hench person now, I think, was what was shown in the subtitles.
Okay.
I'm still calling them goons. I need one of them to say that's the bricking bat. I need it to happen. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very upset.
That's the bricking bat.
You probably don't get that joke. There's a very famous line that's in, I think, all of the Arkham games, except maybe Asylum, where as you're gliding around, a henchman goes, "It's the freaking bat!" And that's like a thing. They say it in like the thick, like Brooklyn accent or whatever. I need one of them to say, "It's the bricking bat!" I'm going to be so upset if it doesn't.
If you'd have worked on the game, you could have put that in there.
Maybe. Also, they're taking a bit of a different approach to the gameplay loop. There's no big character wheel, need certain characters to do certain things, like Lego games normally do. I think there is still that kind of where you will need a particular character to do that.
Yeah, they were saying you'll have to collect certain characters in order to be able to do certain things.
But there's only 7 of them.
Yeah. Well, it's not as big of a roster.
Which is less than Arkham Knight, technically.
I feel like it's going to be kind of intrusive still, with like you have to have this specific person, which is a choice, but you know.
I'm okay with that because it is still a Lego game at the end of the day. And it's not going to be like everyone's with you at the same time. There's still going to be, it's 2 people.
Yeah.
Which is also the only way they could feasibly make it multiplayer, so I'm fine with them doing that. But yeah, there are less playable characters in this Lego game than there are in Arkham Knight. Because Arkham Knight has like 9, I think. I don't want to get yelled at by Arkham fans again. Let me... There's Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, Catwoman, Azrael...
This is Arkham Knight
Batgirl.
You're talking about, right? Not that absolute
Arkham Knight,
slot
yes.
fest of Arkham Asylum, right? That terrible game. Not that one, right?
I'm not doing this again. I know there's someone else.
I'm about to say, if I'm not mistaken,
Wait.
when we were talking about the games, you said something along the lines of, like, I could go my whole life without playing Arkham Asylum, and I would be just fine, but make sure I play the other
That is not quite what I said.
Pretty sure
No.
that's what you said.
Okay. Okay. Wait. So, Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, Batgirl, Harley Quinn, Azrael,
Refund.
Catwoman. That's 8 that I can remember off the top of my head.
Okay. That's
So
still
more
one
than
so.
in this game.
And more than in Arkham Asylum, because it's an inferior game, yes.
Arkham Asylum has 1 playable character.
Oh, yeah. That's why it sucks so much, doesn't it? That makes sense. I'm glad you told me that before I played it. Hey, man, you said you wanted more clips. I got you.
I don't want more of the clips where I get shouted at online.
Why not? What are they going to do? They're probably mostly American. They don't even know, like, they wouldn't even know where to find you on a map. You could tell them the exact location, and they'd be like, is it over there by China?
Fair enough. To be fair, a weird amount of people like got the wrong end of the stick and then also agreed with me. Like, I was trying to say that Asylum wasn't as good as the other ones because it's a different experience, and I don't like that experience as much. Some people were like, "Yeah, Asylum sucks," and I was like, "That's not quite what I meant." But thanks for the support.
I appreciate you having my back, man.
But yeah. The other thing about this game, I know we've talked about this for a long time. I like Lego Batman. Screw you.
Yeah.
I don't love the voices.
No. Discount Deadpool as Batman does not fit, I believe. He's not
The only one
pompous enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not right. The
only one that I am fully on board with is Bane.
Yeah. The Bane
because
voice,
the point of the
voice
joke is that it sounds nothing like him. Which is, that's the joke, and that's
he
fine.
does sound like Bane, but he doesn't sound like the exact iteration of Bane that he's doing. Like, he doesn't sound like Tom. Shit, what's his name?
Hardy.
Hardy, yeah, Tom Hardy. I was like, he's not Hard. It's not Hardy. It's a wrestler, but that's Matt and Jeff. Anyways, he's not Tom Hardy, so he's not doing Tom Hardy's voice, but he's doing Tom Hardy's scene. But he's using a Bane voice, just not that Bane voice. So
yeah, I mean, I think
it's
it's
still
funny. It's funny enough to.
yeah,
I
I
think it's
like
fun.
it. I thought it was quite hilarious getting to watch it. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah, I don't love the other
maybe
ones though.
playing that.
Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they can't get Kevin to do it. May he rest in peace. But I think there are other voice actors that have done much better jobs.
Yeah,
than
you were
what
saying
we saw in the trailer.
that you would have been okay with the Lego Batman movies cast being the Lego Batman. So you'd have been all right.
Yeah, I
with-
forget
was it
who
Will
did that,
Arnett?
but I think. Yeah, I don't know. I forget the names, but I think if they could have gotten those, I would have preferred those voices. Because while they're not, like, obviously Lego Batman is not a serious Batman interpretation, and the voices do reflect that. It doesn't have the same range and depth of Kevin Conroy, for instance.
Right. They should have
That's
done
the point,
they
because
should have
it's a
done
Lego
James
game.
Gunn's Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. That's what they should have done.
Well, we actually have stuff to talk about that later, so I might jump that in between here.
Oh, really?
Yes, but also like Jason O'Mara, I really like as Batman. I think he's an underrated voice. I don't think many people really know or have seen much of that. I think he was really good.
Yeah.
Other
we
people,
have a YouTuber friend that does a really good Batman voice. Shout out to
I
Papa.
forgot about that.
He's got an amazing Batman voice. Crazy.
Yeah, maybe I'll like it more when the game comes out and I spend more time with it. But
Yeah.
from what we've seen, I've definitely. I
Maybe
don't
I'll
think
just
it quite fits.
scrub the files, get him to record voice for me, and then insert them into the game. I have my own
Yeah.
version.
Anything else to add to that? And we can
No,
jump
I
into the games.
I think that's about all.
So James Gunn has been doing a lot lately. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole rant about the DCU and stuff because this is a gaming podcast. But as a preface, I am a big fan of what James Gunn is doing. I'm excited for it. But for the gaming side of things, he has also said that he is thinking about games for the DCU. Now, we already know that he's had talks with both NetherRealm and Rocksteady specifically. We already know he is talking to more places, more studios, specifically steering them in the direction of DCU games specifically. And he's also recently teased, this is the new news, that David's... Is it Corn Sweat? I keep seeing
Sure.
Corn Sweat.
Corn Sweet.
Superman will be potentially playing Superman in a game. This raises questions for me because I know he's trying to build one cohesive universe, but does that mean that all games are going to be in this universe? Because if so, that would mean the death of Injustice, the death of Arkham, and that Lego Batman may be the last DC game
that are
not specifically tied to the DCU.
Not the Gunverse.
Yeah.
Well, that
which I don't love.
I mean, I don't, but depends on how good the movies are, I guess.
That's true. If it's really good, then okay. But
if you look at it, the recent games that have been made really are the live service games that suck after, a week or so of playing and get shut down or whatever. So, I mean, if he could steer games away from that, then sure, maybe, by all means, go at it. Plus, I would like to, because think of all the years that we've had where we haven't had a Batman game that was played by, the person that played Batman in the movies. Like, first of all, I'm not upset that we did not get a Ben Affleck Batman game. I'm not upset about that because
no,
I don't even like him in the movies. I don't want him in a game either. But it would have been cool to just keep doing anybody else like literally anybody else that played Batman instead of just
I
a
mean,
random
I
Batman.
also just I like random Batman sometimes, you know?
Sometimes, but I
Like
like the
Injustice is a
I like
cool
the
thing. And we
connected
already know
story.
that NetherRealm have done work on Injustice 3. I wouldn't love the idea of them completely scrapping all of that and making James Gunn fighters or whatever, you know?
Okay, well, see, I'm not the Injustice type, even though I have both games. I'm not the Injustice type because it's just Mortal Kombat, and I don't care for that type of game. So,
No, sure, but also like Arkham. What if they're just? We know that Rocksteady's working on something, and we know it's probably Batman related. We don't know that
okay,
it's another
so
Arkham game.
if you have
What
an
if it's
Arkham
not?
game, but it's based in like the Robert Pattinson version of Batman.
Well, it wouldn't. It would be based in whatever his Brave and the Bold James Gunn thing is,
Well, yeah,
which we
so
haven't seen anything for yet.
I know, but what I'm
Because he
saying is
hasn't
like
made it yet.
that's who's gonna be our Batman though is Robert Pattinson. So having a Batman game where Robert
No,
Pattinson is also Batman.
no, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
He's not the DCU's Batman. No,
I thought there was still another Batman movie being made with him.
there is. This is the confusing thing.
Oh my God! Never
There is,
mind.
but it's completely separate to the DCU. Now that I was going to bring that up because that is what leads me to believe he might still be letting them to do completely different things, because he is still letting Matt Reeves make the Batman 2 when it's completely not related to the DCU.
I thought he was like trying to work with that.
He said he wouldn't hate the idea, but Matt Reeves doesn't want to, so he's not doing it.
What a dick!
So it's not related at all. It's a completely separate thing.
Okay, whatever. I don't care anymore now. Just give me a Superman game, because when was the last time we had a Superman game? All right, Gun, just get that rolling.
I don't know, actually. Was it 64?
It's been
has
a
there been one since then?
long time. I'd look it up, but I'm fearful that if I try to.
I'm going to confidently say it was 64 and not double check. But yeah. That's that.
No,
I
you
would
had one on
love if-
Xbox. You had Superman Returns on Xbox. Was even on Xbox
really?
360 and
Oh.
Game Boy Advance.
Well, what do you know?
Wow.
Still been a while, though. I would love to see games in the DCU. I would hate for that to mean the death of anything else, you know?
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
I am perfectly fine for both to exist, but I also understand Warner Brothers not really wanting that, because like you yourself have just gotten confused not knowing which Batman is which, because it is confusing. It like inherently there's going to be multiple Batman existing at the same time.
Just why? That's the
Yeah,
question.
it's there are good reasons for it, but like for general audiences it is confusing. So I can see them not really wanting to do that anymore with games.
Yeah. So they can move on and do whatever it is they're doing. Just make a Superman game and make me happy. I don't care who plays Superman in it. I don't care what kind of crap you got going on. Just let me fly around and punch buildings. That's what I choose.
I guess time will tell. Yeah, we're not going to see any sort of DCU games for a few years at least.
Yeah. That's it with that, right?
Believe so. So
So
back
we
to the
can
main show.
Cut back into.
We've already been going for an hour and we are nowhere near done. So this buckle in, people.
Yeah, because we are right here.
Yep.
We still. Oh boy.
He says, clicking the second page on the 4-page docket I have.
Yeah. However, we have basically knocked like the last page out, and 2 pages are just breaking down Kirby Air Riders. So there are a lot of things
Okay,
here, though.
Dawn of War 4 is an RTS game. It's PC exclusive. Do you play RTS games? I don't particularly.
That's a Warhammer game, isn't it?
Maybe. I'll be honest, I have no idea.
I think that's the Warhammer 40,000, whatever it is, series games. I don't play them,
Quite
but
possibly.
I've heard good things. But I've heard good things about a lot of things. So, hey, look, if you're a
It'll
Warhammer
make some
player,
people happy.
Space Marine, I think is what Space Marine? Is it a Space Marine? Or is it Space Marine off? Whatever. You know what we're talking about if we've said this name and you care about them. If you don't know what we're talking about, don't worry about it. If you do know what we're talking about,
So we saw a trailer for
exists.
that.
We got a Monster Hunter crossover with Final Fantasy. They
Again?
crossed over with they crossed over before and they were excited to do another crossover. So now we get a crossover in Wilds.
They did one in Worlds, yeah.
Yeah. So they've been excited to do another one, and they are. So we get that happening.
In Wilds and Final Fantasy 14, which I think is the online one, is it not?
I have no idea, man. I just like tactics. all the Final Fantasy fans out here, and I just like tactics. That's what I'm here for.
I'm sure people are excited.
Sure they are.
We got some more gameplay for Onimusha, Way of the Sword. Looks cool still.
It did look really
no
cool,
real
yeah.
new information. Arknight's Endfield got a cinematic trailer. It's this is interesting because it's like an anime sort of cel-shaded character models in a more photorealistic environment.
Yeah,
it was just a cinematic trailer though.
The cinematic trailer wise, if they can make the environment look like that, it was gorgeous.
If that was recorded in engine and the game looks like that, that's pretty cool. But
yeah.
If this is just a
cinematic trailer, I mean, I can whip that up shot on the iPhone 14 and make it look good. Doesn't mean the game will play well.
Europa Universalis is like a strategy game. It looks like Plague Inc., but you're controlling borders and stuff. You're trying to like World War Simulator, I guess. You're trying to take over the world with a specific country.
Yeah. Name my disease.
I remember Plague Inc. was huge at the time.
Take over the world, country by country.
Demon X Machina is very strange. Genuinely, I don't know who made this, but it looks like the sort of thing you'd see a few generations ago. It wasn't particularly.
Yeah, so you wrote in there very strange looking graphics, and when I was watching it, I felt like I was watching a trailer for a PS3 game. Like,
yeah,
it's like the environment's not terrible. It looks decent or whatever, but then when you look at the character animations, they look
100%.
like they're from PS3. You maybe could even push it back to like late gen PS2 game. They look, let's say, interesting. That's the nicest thing I could say.
I don't know if it was intentional or
I don't either.
If it's just a limited development team.
I thought it was my YouTube video quality had gone down, but I checked and it didn't.
Very strange. Voidbreaker. This looked interesting. It was like a single player FPS.
Yeah.
But you have a specific AR with like, I think it was like 12 upgrade slots or something. And you can mix and match different upgrades to make the AR act differently. That looked cool. And it was one of those, not an FPS in the way that like Call of Duty is an FPS, but FPS in like a, big open void world with specific enemies, like a, not neon white gameplay, but that's, what am I thinking of? Super Hot. It looked kind of like Super Hot, but with this cool like AR system. Look cool. Fallout Season 2, I forgot to write down a release date.
December 10th, something. 10th. 14th or 17th. Can't remember. December, though.
Yeah. So, I actually never saw the first season. I'm not a huge Fallout guy. I played a little bit in New Vegas. Couldn't really get into it.
I did see the first season, and I picked this up at the store the other day. This is the Ghoul with CX404. So that's exciting for me. I have that now, and it's going to be on my shelf when I watch season 2. So good for me.
Heck yeah.
Do the Vault Tech thumbs up. Then we have good old Indiana Jones Order of the Giants, which is DLC for what is the name of that game? What is the name of that game? The most
You keep talking. I'll look it up.
the most recent Indiana Jones game, everybody.
Ring something. And the Great Circle.
The Great Circle, yes. It came out on, what did it come out on Xbox first and then they released it on PlayStation, or was it the opposite?
No, it was Xbox first.
Xbox, yeah. So it came out on Xbox first and then it came out on PlayStation afterwards, and everybody was like, ooh. And then now it's going to come to Switch 2 next year, but the DLC, which is Order of the Giants, will be coming out this year for all the consoles that it already exists on, and Switch 2 next year. So,
cool stuff.
DLC. Awesome.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah, which is, I see a lot of people who just don't even play DLCs. Like, they play new games coming out. I think Jacob in particular plays games as they come out and then never goes back to play DLCs.
I love the idea of DLC. I do not love the idea of paying for DLC. That's my problem. Like when you can do a pre-order bonus. When you can do a pre-order bonus of a game and that comes with DLC that is promised later, that I'm okay with. Because then that gives you an incentive to pre-order it, because you're getting something later that would have technically cost you money but free. That's the only time I find it justifiable to pre-order something, is when you're getting something in return. If you're pre-ordering it just to pre-order it, no, stop it. You're giving people money with no guarantee of getting anything. But if you're getting a bonus something, that's fine. And that is when DLC to me feels like it's worth it, because I'm just getting it for the act of paying you sooner rather than later.
Fair enough. I think it depends on the DLC. There are some DLCs I'm happy to pay for, some not so much.
I ain't found one yet. I knew I have Breath of the Wild's DLC. I need to get it one day, but I don't have it yet.
I'm struggling to think of one off the top of my head, but there are some I've been. Arkham Knight got a whole season pass.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't too expensive, and
that's also
added like 4 extra full missions.
Like a DLC that's like $10. Cool. A DLC that's like 40. Get the hell out of here. That's a game, sir.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I got stung by that with Injustice 2. I bought it secondhand to try and make it cheaper. Realized it was the base edition, and to upgrade, it was like the cost of the game.
Oh,
it's crazy.
That's right.
Yeah. So it very much depends on the game.
And then we got VR
Deadpool
news.
VR.
Yes, Deadpool VR. The game.
We got a release date for Deadpool VR.
Silksong earlier this year.
Okay, I still stand by that was funny. I know some people really hated it, but I still think it was funny.
I think it would have been funny if they would have still mentioned something later about it. I do not like that it completely shunned Silksong altogether. That upset me. But no, it was a funny bit. It could have paid off better had it not been so disappointing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I thought it was in character, but
yeah, but in character and pissing off an entire community of people is two different things.
Fair enough. November 18th, it will be coming out, so it's this year.
Yes, only for the MetaQuest 3 and the MetaQuest 3S. That is it.
I still hold this opinion of, yeah, this is awesome. I'm not going to get to play it though, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat there, because I don't have a MetaQuest and I don't plan on getting a MetaQuest. So
that being said, and I think I said this last time that we talked about it, Meta's plan has worked, because if I ever were to buy a VR, it would be this one.
Because you want to play Deadpool. And also
because
the Batman
Deadpool
game.
and Arkham Shadows, yeah.
Yeah.
So their plan of getting these exclusive games has worked, because if I were to buy one, it wouldn't be.
It'd have to be the third one. You couldn't buy the
Yeah,
second
it
one.
would have to be this one. Yeah, you can't even get the second. It would have to be this specific one. Although I will say, the fact that the S exists is pretty cool. I am slightly worried it's going to be like an Xbox Series situation where it's limiting
like
games.
a Nintendo Switch series, like a Nintendo Lite.
Yeah,
Or like it does in fact run your game, but not everything is as good.
Yeah. But, I'm sure one day I will hopefully get to experience this and it will be cool, but it will not be this November, I'll tell you that.
No.
Then we get World of Tanks is taking on the Overwatch strategy, and the CS strategy, I guess.
Yeah.
They're just making World of Tanks 2. It's the same game. It's an update to the game, but apparently it's such a big update that they have felt the need to designate it World of Tanks 2.
It's 16
Is it a separate
new
game?
tanks.
No. Will you be able to play the old one? No.
So just switch over or don't play.
Yeah, I don't like that, because you cannot play CS:GO anymore, You cannot play the original Overwatch anymore. Why call it something new? It's the same thing. It's just an update. It may be a big update.
It's an irritating strategy.
But it's the same game.
Because like a lot of people hate on Fortnite, but Fortnite has always been Fortnite. That is it. They don't call it something different. And
that is crazy foreshadowing, man. If one day Fortnite ever releases Fortnite 2,
there's no way they can, because they have chapters and seasons, and they have OG Fortnite and OG season this and that and this and that. If they ever name it Fortnite 2 for any reason, they've lost their fucking mind. Disney would never.
It's more World of Tanks, but there's more tanks.
Yeah.
If you like World of Tanks, have fun. It's one of those games that I will refuse to play because you see it in too many YouTube sponsorships, It can't be good. Otherwise, I would have seen it outside of that,
If they're offering to pay you money to talk about it and play it, it can't be good. But why would they have to pay
they offer anyone money. They've offered us money. Like, not specifically, but it's just open on the, stream elements thing.
Yeah,
you can take a sponsorship for this.
Yeah.
You can just do that.
Maybe I'll take one for 2.0.
There was one I was actually considering. I forgot what it was. It was for a Marvel game.
Oh.
Not Snap, the other one.
The card game. Wait.
Not that one. The other one. Card game was Snap. They had a different one. I forget what it is.
I know what Marvel Alliance. Is it Alliance?
Maybe something like that.
Something. I know what you're talking about.
These sponsorships, the only way they work is they pay you money based on how much money you get other people to spend on it, and I don't love that.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing as a Twitch subscription, which pays you money based off of how much you get other people to spend.
True.
So.
This is more directly tied, though. It's like literally every time somebody hits level 5, we'll give you $2. Yeah. And it is structured specifically like that throughout.
Yeah.
It a little behind the scenes for anyone who doesn't know how Stream Element sponsorships work. They're a little strange.
Yeah. It's taken more than it's giving always. That's every corporation and any kind of function.
Of course.
If it pays you, it's definitely taking more. So that's the thing. But anyways, in a movie/video game type reference, we have John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, which is an FPS action/horror game. And I say movie and video game
nothing
because
about this.
John Carpenter, from The Thing and many of the other I know Jacob's gonna hate me for this because I'm only naming one. All the other John Carpenter movies, those, that guy.
Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob. He's made a video game, or is It's got something. Well, he put his name on it, so it's got to be his, I guess. It's an action horror video game where it looks a lot like Left 4 Dead. Looks kind of like that. Just it's more like 80s inspired or whatever, like John Carpenter movies. And that's about it.
Death by Scrolling. This looks cool. This is made by the guy who made Monkey Island and stuff. It's a roguelike, and it scrolls vertically instead of sideways.
Non-stop.
Goal of the game, yeah, it's an auto scroll. The aim of the game is to outrun death for long enough to amass enough gold to pay the ferryman, which I think is a really cool concept. I like this, and it's your typical, you get upgrades, you get different things. And
I thought it was
each
really
run
cool
is different. It's a roguelike.
Until Jeff was all like, "Yeah, I've been playing this game and I like it," and I was like, "I don't want it."
Dan really doesn't like Mr. Keeley.
He's getting on my nerves. All right, he's just irritating.
I think the game looks really cool, though. I would keep an eye out for it.
You know what I think Jeff Keighley deserves? 0 parades.
Zero Parades gets a cinematic trailer. The gameplay looks kind of isometric. I'd hesitate to say top down. I don't know. There was very small bits of gameplay in this mostly cinematic trailer, so you couldn't really see what was going on.
That's kind of where I fell off at a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna tell this real quick because I said I would. I tried to listen to this on the way back from a concert the other night, and it about put me asleep at the wheel listening to it. Especially the whole pre-show thing. The way they did that, the whole, and welcome into the pre-show. This is blah blah blah. And welcome back to the pre-show. This is blah blah blah. That was a terrible strategy. I couldn't stand that, and I wound up having to turn music on because it was putting me to sleep. Then I was watching it again this morning, and I had to heat up my my chicken wraps, and this is where I technically left off at. So from here on, unless I just actually know about it from something else, I know nothing.
Fair enough.
So.
I watched the whole thing that had news in it. I skipped the concert bit because I don't really need that bit. But
yeah,
The Darkest Files. This is an interesting game. Apparently, they have a whole initiative for political games, and this is the latest one in that. I didn't know this. So it's a very political game. It's about puzzle solving through democracy, which is. I'm glad that this exists in the way that I'm glad that people see games as a proper art form for things like this. And obviously with all art comes politics. That being said, I am typically playing games as an escapist strategy. As escapism,
Yeah. I don't want to be reminded that I have to pay my power bill while playing a game. I'm aware I have to, but I'm playing the game to forget about that.
So, yeah, this is cool. I'm glad it exists. Not really my cup of tea, though. Neverness to Everness is a third-person action and racing game, ? Is all I've put down in the notes. I don't remember.
No idea, man.
That seems like it is another one of these games that are trying to mix genres together. Sometimes they work. Most often they do not. We will see which one this is. Unbeatable gets a release date. This is actually cool. This one is in the thumbnail. For everyone wondering who that random chick with a mic stand on the right is going in. Unbeatable is... Stan didn't play this, so I will try and explain. Basically,
nope, no
it's two... Okay, so it's like a... There's a story mode, which is where you walk around a city as a solo or as a group, and it's like a... Not really top-down, but what's the word? Exploration game. You pick up... You find things to read, you go along a narrative similar to a walking simulator, but obviously not first person, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then the actual main bulk of the gameplay is when you are fighting, quote unquote, is a rhythm game, and it's a really cool rhythm game. There are 4 notes, which is typically how rhythm games work, but they are high kick and low kick / punch in both directions, so 4 total. And it's just really cool. It's a funky game. The gameplay is cool. When I played the demo, I only really played the arcade mode. I didn't play much of the actual story mode, which is why you've just seen me trip over myself trying to explain what it was, because I didn't play it. But
didn't remember, but remembered.
Yeah. But the actual gameplay loop of the arcade mode that I played was really fun, and I liked that. So cool little game. Gets a release date for November 6th. I'm excited for it. Also, all of the music for it is made by this one band. It's like 2 people. It's pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Well, then they shouldn't be able to charge $70 for their game.
If you haven't played the demo, I recommend it. There's quite a significant chunk of the game in there, so do with that information what you will. Honor of Kings got a cinematic trailer. This is my disdain for cinematic trailers, because I don't know what this game is.
It's about the Honor of Kings. Clearly.
I know what the title is. I know I can make educated guesses.
Don't you know to judge a book by its cover?
Clearly. But this is the only good cinematic trailer that has ever existed was that one specific Arkham Origins one where Batman fought Deathstroke. And the only reason that is good is just because it was animated really well. It didn't work as a game trailer. It was just a cool animation. But outside of that, I hate cinematic trailers because I don't know anything about this game other than that it exists. So you'll have to wait for that. I can't give you my opinion yet. I don't have one.
Yeah, I remember one of the most irritating cinematic trailers to me, which is also one of the better cinematic trailers. There was a Halo 2 cinematic trailer. And while I say worst and best, it's, in my opinion, it's bad because, like, in a movie preview, when you see something like that, you expect to then see that in the movie at some point. Well, for me as a kid with Halo 2, I was expecting to see that cinematic trailer part in the game, and I never did. Cinematic trailer itself kicked ass. It was really fun to watch, and it was really cool, but that was never in the game. So I was like, where is this part?
Yeah.
So the entire time I'm trying to play and enjoy this game, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, this part hasn't happened yet. And then I get to the end of it, and I'm like, that part never happened! So, like,
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of cinematic trailers.
They're not great, but that one was a good trailer. It was a fun watch. It was just a very irritating playthrough.
Squid Game is in Fortnite again. They already did Squid Game in Fortnite.
More than once.
Now they're doing it some more.
Yeah. They're just gonna keep announcing.
There's creator-made maps. Yeah, they're doing the Fall Guys thing, where they don't even make the game themselves. They get other people to make the game.
Do it. Yeah, it's such a strategy.
And then release those, and that's coming on the 26th. I'm assuming of this month. I didn't write that down. So in 2 days.
Sure, could be. You want a Squid Game with me? See if we can make it alive. Make it out alive. We can get a huge group of Squid Gamers.
We'll have to see.
Let's find 466
Delta
of our closest friends.
I don't think I've met 466 people, like, total. Delta Force is an online FPS.
I think I played this.
You know
back
what
in the
online
beta.
FPSs are? Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
You remember anything about it?
It was a lot like Battlefield.
There you have it.
Like, let me see. What was it called again?
Delta Force.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's just Battlefield, basically.
It's an online FPS. The fact that I had nothing else to say about it in the notes leads me to believe that that is all it is.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4, another gameplay look, very cool. I already knew that it was very cool. Everyone already knew that it was very cool. Not much else to say about it.
I have it picked on my thing. My
You do.
what's it called?
Fantasy Critic.
That thing, yeah. I always forget.
Excited for it. Cinder City is a third-person shooter with lots of weapon and vehicle variety. Looks cool. I know that sounds like I don't really care, but the fact that the note I wrote was at least 3 separate cohesive thoughts.
Yeah. And ended it off
means
with,
that I was
cool.
probably impressed. Yeah. Whenever I say looks
High
cool,
praise.
as dismissive as that is me saying, oh, this is actually, I wouldn't mind trying this. Because if I actually don't care about a game, I just don't write anything down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to look that one.
Like this one here, Silent Hill F, freaky. That's it. That's the entire. That's
okay,
the entire
that one I
notes
didn't
there.
write anything down for because everyone already knows what Silent Hill is. What else is there to say? It looks freaky. It's body horror. There you have it. Time Takers was a game. You've just said those out of order, which means I'm gonna have to edit the video differently. So screw you for that. First of all,
Like you're gonna put like that even matters. I'll say it. Look, I tell you what. You do this, and I'll say it again.
Time Takers got a gameplay reveal. It's an online shooter with characters from throughout time. This is an interesting concept. I thought it was like this isn't really a deep cut. Do you remember that one, like Warworld from DC? You remember that one episode of Teen Titans where they all get transported to like a different planet and they all have to fight?
Where they have to fight each other, and like you meet some of the other heroes that aren't just Teen Titans.
This might have been the
extended
weird
Teen Titan
crossover
people.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
That.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like that, but they take heroes from different periods in time. So there's like a cowboy and like an Egyptian and like things like that.
Huh. Okay.
Cool idea.
Yeah.
And it's an online. It's like an Overwatch kind of thing. But I say that it looks Overwatch in art style. It isn't actually like a team shooter.
Okay.
It's just a normal FPS. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Oh, yeah,
La
we'll look into
Divina Commedia.
Silent Hill F. We have that looks freaky.
Yeah, it does. La Divina Commedia. Which is it's a third-person action game, I'm assuming, based on the Divine Comedy, which is a cool concept, to be fair.
Yeah.
I forget what there were other games based on poems. I forget what they are. I've had this conversation with Jacob before.
Uh-huh.
My pen, and I want to keep fidgeting with it. So I'm gonna roll over here a sec. Pick the pen back up.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cool.
Chronos: The New Dawn, which is the survival horror that's about killing orphans. We've talked about this more than once on here before. New gameplay.
Yeah, they're really hammering this home.
Still looks really cool. Yeah, I like how they're really putting it out there that if you see an orphan, take care of it.
Take that thing outside.
So that's what this game is all about. The New Dawn. That's we got more gameplay. That's it. Look, if you weren't sold on this game already, this didn't help you. And if you were already sold, this just made you feel better about it. We got more of the
Outer Worlds 2.
2. Yeah. We got a companion. I'm not sure what companion trailer means. And I did not make it to this. But I did watch like the 2-hour Outer Worlds 2 thing.
Okay, yeah. So you'll probably be able to talk about it more than me then, because I only watched this. They ran through all the companions you can meet in the game and introduced them.
Oh, okay. I remember the only thing I kind of remember from it is that the Outer Worlds 2 is going to be a wacky ass game. There are going to be so many wacky things you can do that are just there's one perk something or another where like the trade off is when you walk your knees make noises, and that's while hurtful,
I think that's hilarious.
hilarious. Um, so I am kind of excited to check it out, and I hope it does well because I also picked it on my game.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
They have also said though that you can't romance the companions. There's no fucking in this game.
The hell, date everything just took that away, huh?
Inzoi Island Getaway. I'm gonna read my note verbatim here. I watched the trailer, and I have no idea what this game is about. That's it. Moving on.
Yeah, that's our professional
Fate
opinion.
Trigger. I mean, honestly, some trailers these days are like genuinely. It just says the name of the thing, and then like something happens. There's no explanation as to what sort of game this is going to be, what sort of gameplay loop is going to take place, what sort of story, if any. Like, it's getting ridiculous.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Fate Trigger. It's an online shooter, but with anime girls.
Hey, what more could you need?
What more could you need? And it's one of those games. You know what I mean? Like, the trailer goes out of its way multiple times to do a rolling shot of one of the girls' chests. Like, it's one of those games.
Okay.
So it's probably not for me, but if this is your cup of tea, power to you.
Drink
Maybe, pro tip, completely unrelated, when you're buying a game on Steam, there's an option to hide it from your profile. Moving on. The 7 Deadly Sins game gets a closed beta test. Again, we have talked about this game before because it was in one of the... Was it Summer Games Fest or something?
I don't remember. I don't...
Which
I know
shows
I
you
read
how much of an impression it left on us.
I read an article about it before because I did watch all of 7 Deadly Sins because my wife wanted me to. That sounds like a weird sentence, I know, but we did watch the entire series together. We did not watch the newest movie of their kids or whatever, and this is supposed to be like I think of their kids or whatever, but it's supposed to be an open world game, which if you like that universe, if you've watched that show, then that's good for you. If you sit up at night wondering what's more important, jiggle physics or squeeze physics, then hey, this game and that show may have the answer for you. So yeah, 7 Deadly Sins.
Awesome.
I also have a giant Diane Funko Pop. Like she's like this tall. Well, technically it's my wife's, but we share all of our stuff. So she has one. It's my wife's, but it's the same size as like my Palkaya Funko Pop. Can you see that on stream?
Palkaya?
Yeah, Palkaya.
Palkaya?
Is that not how you say his name? You say Palkia, don't you?
Are we talking about the same thing? Remember, I can't see right now.
Yeah. You say Palkia.
The audience can see. I cannot see. I say the Pokemon. Yeah, I say Palkia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I have a Funko version of him. He's rather large. He's back here on the shelf that I turned the right way the first time and I turned the wrong way the second time. He's right. I put the microphone right back in the way. He's right there. For all the viewing audience, not him because he can't see. He Palkia, however you want to say it, right there. Holding up all of my Pokemon books. So yeah. I also have Cressula over there as well. And I got to get Dialga. That'll complete that. So yeah. All right, stop looking at me. Stop questioning me. Next.
What do we get up to? Moonlighter 2. It's an isometric action game.
Yeah.
Bloodlines 2 is another sequel. It's an action game. It comes out October 21st. Enshrouded gets an update. It's a co-op sandbox game. It's like your Minecraft kind of thing.
Yeah.
Go for it if you are still 14. Age of Empires 4 is coming to PS5.
Yay!
Kidding. So that's cool. That's nice.
Legacy of the Forge.
Not the sort of game you'd really want to play with a controller, but power to you.
You know. Legacy of the Forge, which is a story expansion for Kingdom Come 2. I forget. Is that the one I saw? Yes, Kingdom Come 2
It's the offshoot
Deliverance.
from...
Okay, so if you have not bought this game and you are a collector, Walmart now has the Steelbook down at like $50-something. So if you're going to get the DLC for it and you need the base game and you like collecting things, I would recommend getting the... I have the original version. I didn't get the Steelbook. So... And I've convinced myself not to buy the Steelbook. I still haven't played the game yet. But the Steelbook does look nice.
Probably the best.
So, yeah, probably.
Cult of the Lamb gets a massive expansion next year. It is a paid DLC, but apparently it is quite sizable. So
that's
you know.
Yeah. I've got the collector's edition of that. I played it once.
Of course you do.
That was my wife thing. She picked that out. So
My wife.
My wife.
World of Warcraft Midnight is the 11th expansion. I have simply written down they still make this shit.
I didn't know.
Comes 2026.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, I guess WoW is still a thing. Yeah.
I was not aware, to be
Wow,
honest.
that is interesting.
Wow, indeed. World of Tanks Heat. I do not know what the difference between this and regular World of Tanks 2 is.
Yeah, you also skipped one.
More World of Tanks. Did I?
No.
Oh, I did.
Now who's going out of order? Project Spectrum.
This is gonna be such
cool
a
cinematic trailer horror game. Project Spectrum is also a horror for you if you have it as internet. You know, if you have Spectrum internet service, that's a horror game all in itself. So,
boy.
Yeah, you want to do World of Tank again, or you want to just let it roll?
World of Tanks. Ghost of Yote got some more gameplay. This is cool. The main thing they announced, though, is that it was going to be getting DLC called Ghost of Yote Legends. So this is going to be similar to the first game.
And we'll be dropping for
they had a co-op DLC.
Yes.
Free in 2026.
Awesome. Yeah. See, now that's
cool.
I do have kind of a bit of a conflict with this, because I was saying earlier that I like DLCs that you can get for free or whatever. But at the same time, if you have not released the game yet and you're already talking about DLC, that means you didn't finish the game and you're just calling it DLC.
I mean,
Right?
usually I would agree with you. Usually I would agree. But the fact that it's the whole co-op thing, like it's a different scope entirely. I can see where the development cycle for this would be.
Why not just release it packaged? You haven't released the game yet, and you're already talking about what you're going to release for it later. So there were plans to have this
again,
done.
I would agree.
It just seems funny to me. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, usually I would agree, but the fact that the first game had this, I could see them wanting to address the questions of will this.
Well, if the first game had it, why not just release the second game with it? It's not photo mode. Release it with it and don't charge me $80.
Well, no, the first game, it was also a later DLC.
I know, so you'd think for this one they'd be more equipped to drop it day of. They had time.
Did they? I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. All right. Resident Evil Requiem.
Resident Evil Requiem. What?
Exactly.
Resident Evil Requiem looks
Resident
really
Evil Requiem.
Cool. So there was a new trailer for this. I've seen a lot of people actually be upset about it because they weren't happy that the trailer shows someone running away from one of the monsters.
Yeah.
I haven't played a lot of Resident Evil, but from what I'm aware of, that is pretty standard, and they do it quite a lot. It's in most of the games, I believe, where there is a section where you run away from something.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I've played quite a few Resident Evil games, and there is a part of every one of those games where you're running away from something. Most of the time, you can't do anything in response, even though you have a weapon fully in your hand. The game just won't let you. Your goal is to run. That's it. So,
February 27th.
yeah.
And then the final thing at the opening night live is they made an announcement for Black Myth Zhongkui. It's a sequel to Black Myth Wukong.
Wait, so they just
a lot
skipped,
of people really liked Black Myth Wukong.
They just skipped X and Y. They went from W to Z. What the hell?
What are they gonna do next?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't play Wukong.
It was an interestingly timed. There was a lot going on when that game was released, and there was a lot going on with that game when it released. So it did have its own backlash. But in the end, I feel like the people that did get it really enjoyed it. So maybe
Cool stuff.
this will be okay.
While we're on the concept of Resident Evil, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Pokemon released a trailer. That's it for opening night live, by the way.
That's
future Aidan. You're watching this back. This is the timestamp.
Gamescom's
Pokemon.
over. Gamescom's over. Pokemon time, and you
Gamescom's
know what to do with
done.
the Pokemon. Roll the clip.
They made a trailer out of the blue completely. I can only assume it was to simply build off the hype for Resident Evil Requiem. It is for Pokemon Legends ZA, and the trailer is essentially just a cinematic of two characters going into like a creepy looking house and finding the new mega evolution of Victreebel. And it's like it's a horror take thing. This to me, I've seen a lot of people have a lot of opinions about this. I think it's funny. It's obviously just a bit of fun that the marketing team had. It wouldn't be realistic for the entire game to look like this, or an entire section of the game to look like this, like people are complaining about. That being said, it is clear that they know what good graphics look like.
Yeah. Yeah, they cannot say that their Pokemon games look good now after we've seen the effort they put into this trailer. They can't be like, no, that's quality as well. You get the hell out of here.
I don't know who made this trailer. To be fair, I'm assuming it wasn't Game Freak. I imagine they hired someone else to do it.
Well, they need to hire that motherfucker to make the game, because first of all, it looked great. Second of all, you had voice acting in Pokemon.
Yeah.
What?
Voice acting in Pokemon.
So like
wild stuff.
Just take this, Game Freak. Take this and turn it into a game.
So there is going to be the detective missions in the game. It will be funny playing those after seeing this.
Yeah, because
they look nothing like
they will not look like it. You'll be playing Detective Pikachu essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, but we got a new Victory Bell. Or is it Victory Bell's the last form, right? Or is it Weeping Bell?
Victory Bell, I think.
Yeah, Victory Bell. We got a Mega Victory Bell, which the design is very interesting.
Questionable.
They turned my boy into he's definitely got a fetish of some kind, a kink, you could say.
You could say it.
Yeah.
We're 2 hours in.
Oh, well, it's so he's got an asphyxiation thing going on, but at the same time as it looks like he's choking himself, he also looks like he's choking himself. And then he also just erupts all over the place. So
they put a cock ring on a Pokemon.
They put a cock ring on a Pokemon. I don't. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What, like, First of all, you give us good graphics,
If
you give
only I
us
could
voice
pull that in
acting.
the cold open.
You like, this is everything Pokemon's not, and this is everything we want.
I
Kind
might
of.
pull that in the cold open anyway. That's too good. I can't, like, it's just a... Who designed this?
Yeah, who
And
looked
why?
at this and thought, that's not phallic at all? That doesn't clearly look like a... Yeah, no, there's... No, you know what you did. And then somebody will say something, they'll be like, no, that's not what it looks... You know. Also, this is the
We
time
have
where I swap out
seen...
AirPods.
Okay. I will... Yeah. Well, we've seen design sheets for how they design certain Pokemon. And a lot of them have phallic inspirations.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
they have a progression to them. Like, it starts somewhere. I want to know where the fuck this started. Like, at what point were he like, and then we'll just have him choke himself. Like, what? Whoa. Whoa. My guy.
love to be... Yeah. How many meetings in did they have to be before
Yeah.
they got to...
Like, okay, he's a mega evolution. So what do? We got to make him bigger. All right, cool. What else do we do? We got to make him look meaner. Okay, cool. What else do we do? Make him choke himself. Okay, wait. Greg, are you okay?
Hold on.
Like, what?
Too good, man. Have we seen an in-game render? I didn't look it up, to be fair, but obviously this isn't how it's going to look in the game.
I mean, I've seen
Is this
art
still...
of it, but I don't know if it's official art or not. Which technically, I mean, Pokemon doesn't even know if their art is official art because they steal other people's. We talked about that 2 weeks ago.
Have they fixed that yet?
I think they finally fixed it. Yes, they gave no credit after using it as
yeah.
advertising. They gave no credit to the original artist, though. Scumbags.
Damn.
That's right. Pokemon can make a
Well-
dick, and they can act like one too.
At least not everyone who works in Nintendo is a scumbag, because our
True.
guy, we got a 45-minute
Yeah,
Kirby Air Riders Direct,
45-minute Air Riders Direct.
and
Look,
I enjoyed every second.
a lot of people were complaining, saying that it started off slow. And a lot of people.
I think it was necessary.
A lot of people were saying that they weren't happy about the button situation, and those same people were also saying that they played the first game. So I'm wondering why the hell they didn't know that button situation hasn't changed.
Let me say, this has more buttons than the original does.
Yes.
He makes a joke about that
Yes,
in
you
the
get
Direct.
you get a whole nother button in this game than you did the first one. So if you're like, what do you mean you only use one button? But you also in the previous sentence said you loved the first game? Oh, no, the hell you didn't, because you didn't play it. You would have known.
A lot of people went into this expecting it to be like Mario Kart, and I
Exactly.
think
No, it's
neither is it nor should it be. I think
No.
this is
This is
perfectly
Smash
fine.
Bros with wheels. That's what this is. Well, wheels because most things hover, but it's Smash Bros in motion essentially.
So the main news we got, the big just outlining thing, is that it will release on the 20th of November, which
Yes, it's great. Love
I
that.
forget. We had a list of like when certain things have to be releasing based
Yeah.
on Nintendo's
we
1 a month
expected
rule.
this one to be September. Or no. We expected Metroid to be September. But then with this, when this Direct was
Yeah.
announced and it was like, you're going to get 45 minutes of it, we were like, oh, okay, well, if they're going to give us 45 minutes of this, and this got to be soon, so this will be the September one. And then Metroid would be November.
So I
But
don't know.
now we have no idea because this is the November one, so we don't have a September Nintendo game. What are they going to do?
I think it'll still be Metroid. Little side thing, I think there will be a Direct at some point, and that Direct will have a lot about Metroid in it. But there's no actual confirmed news about that, so I'm not going to be one of those people who tries to speculate on when a Direct is all the time. I'm
Yeah.
not Nintendo. Just wait for them to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, November. you will be able to choose a character. You'll be able to choose between at least Kirby, King DDD, Meta Knight, I'm sold, Bandana Waddle Dee, specifically, Chef Kawasaki, Cappy, no, not that one, Magolor, Gooey, I'm going to be honest, we're going past my Kirby knowledge here. Back to ones I know, Waddle Doo, Knuckle Joe, Susie, again, who is Susie, and Starman. I will be honest, the last Kirby game I played was, what do they call it, All-Star? Not All-Stars, one of the DS ones.
Oh.
I played a lot of Kirby on the GBA. I played Amazing Mirror, I played Nightmare in Dreamland.
I want to play that one. Is it the Forgotten Land? The one that got the Switch 2 update?
Forgotten Land. I want to play Forgotten Land. That is definitely on my list because everyone says that one was really good.
With the Switch 2 update. I do really want to check that one out.
Yeah.
So I am excited about that one day.
But yeah, all the like 3DS Kirby games, all the like drawing Kirby games, bit beyond me. So I'll be honest, I don't know who the fuck Gooey is, but I hope he makes somebody happy.
Yeah. Well, as far as my Kirby gaming, the only time I've ever played with Kirby was on Smash and Air Rides. That is it. I know nothing of
you
any
should play
other
some
Kirby
of the GBA
games.
ones.
I should probably, but that's the only thing I know him from.
Because they are good.
So
each character has unique traits, so this is a big thing. Mario Kart has sort of gone in the direction of you can play whoever you want to play, and it's not going to make a huge difference.
except for the cards.
Not anymore.
Yeah, the cards
Even
are the only
then,
thing that make a
like,
difference.
they are different, but they're not so different as like there is a meta, but it's not quite as serious as it was in the last few. You can kind of reasonably play whatever you want. Not necessarily the case in Kirby, which I think is probably a good thing, because with these games coexisting, you have to have reasons to pick one up over the other, right? So with different characters having different traits, that is also a reason. Where this game is 70, which is very nice.
It is 70. I'm not
and
happy
with
about
the
that.
different machines. I mean, that seems standard for a
Does
Switch 2 game.
Does it have Switch 1 and Switch 2, or is it just a Switch 2 game?
I think it's just Switch 2.
I do not know. You go on talking. I'll look it up.
So yeah, the fact that playing different characters and playing different machines, and also the fact that you can mix and match that, means that this game is going to have a very, very high skill ceiling. I imagine it will still have a pretty low skill floor in the fact that, you know, it's 2 buttons, it's a Kirby game. You can probably reasonably get anybody to pick this up and have a good time. But if you were to memorize and master everything about it and everything about the different modes that I'll get into later, I think there is reasonably a lot you can squeeze out of this, more than standard racing game, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, just steer and boost. The boost causes braking, so you only really want to do it on corners. You can't just charge it constantly. You can glide up and down after jumps. Star slide is a thing now, which is basically the slipstream mechanic from every other racing game you have ever played. There are special moves. Every character has their own special move. You build that up with your illustrious second button, and then you can use that. There's Ultra Sword, Jet Hammer, Nightwing, no, not that one, Spear Cyclone, Super Spicy Cooking, Booster Cap, Burn, and Snowball. Some of these are passives, some of these are you build them up and use them. They're all specific to a character. One special per character. Kirby's 4 colors count as 4 different characters, apparently. So I mean, they were already reaching with putting characters in the game. You know, we've got fucking Magolor.
Susie.
So, you know, that's fair. Susie.
Another Cappy.
The game has a tutorial. Good to know. The different machines perform differently. We have another list. Okay, so the Direct was a bit more engaging than this. You kind of jump between different things. I have gone in the direction of listing everything in groups. So now I just have big lists of things
all at once.
So the different machines you can have. There are Warp Star, Wing Star, Wagon Star, Wheelie Bike, Shadow Star, Paper Star, Bulk Star, Swerve Star, Chariot Type Stars, Tank Star, Turbo Star, Slick Star, Rocket Star, Rex Wheelie, and Battle Chariot. And those are all the ones that were shown in the Direct. There may be more.
Maybe.
We don't know. But we have at least all of those, which is already quite a few compared to the amount of characters. So
yeah,
that's fine by me. The machines take damage during gameplay. They get a bit faster when they are damaged, but they can be stolen by other people in the city trial mode that we'll get into later.
I say
all characters can use the copy ability.
They're getting faster while taking damage. That is...
Yeah, that's sort of a risk and reward kind of thing.
Because I feel like that's going to be something people use. Like, they're going to damage their self in order to be faster, like, in a moment that they need it.
Yeah.
So...
yeah.
It'd be fun to see.
But if you do that in the city trial mode, you can realistically be robbed at Kirby point. So, you know, it's sort of a risk and reward.
They'll take your star, man.
All characters can use the copy abilities. This was basically... It was like, this is my franchise now, screw you.
Yeah, it was like, the only way I can make this game fair and not have Kirby just super powered and everybody using Kirby is... well, everybody's got to be able to do it. Which is...
so anyone complaining about this is a bit of a moron, because this is the only way to reasonably have all the characters in the game.
Everybody complaining was going to be the one that picked Kirby and said nobody else could.
Yeah. So that's cool. What is really cool about that is that they've specifically animated every other character doing it in a different way, which I think is really fun.
Yeah.
Like the blob guy licks people. Meta Knight uses a sword and everything. Cool stuff. So there are different abilities which are separate from the special abilities. They are fire, sword, bomb, wheel, mic, cutter, jet, steel ball, and plasma. I believe these are all... mic is the microphone one, but they spell it like the name, which is really funny.
Okay, that had me. All right.
So these are all abilities from previous Kirby games. None of these are like... at least I think so. I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen Steel Ball before, but again, I mainly just played the GBA one, so it could be a more recent one. So, Air Ride mode is just normal racing. They basically put this in because they had the ability to. They had pretty much everything made for it, and was like, yeah, why not? The main mode, though, is the city trial, which is a lot more like Kirby Air Rider, or Kirby Air Ride.
Air Ride. Yeah.
The original one, whatever it's called. You actually played the original, so I'll let you explain. But it looks cool.
Well, when I say I played the original, this was 20 years ago. So, like, I know of it.
20. You want to know what I was doing 20 years ago?
I'm well aware of what you were doing 20 years ago. But yeah, so that's like that's
eating rusks and shitting myself.
So kind of like what you do now. So City Trial is like a sandbox mode on a floating island. You find the best machine, and like you pick the best machine or whatever, power up within 5 minutes. You do challenges and stuff. You can do 16 players online, 8 players local game share. We'll see how that works, because I've heard some complaints about the game share with the Switch 2. By the way, this is a Switch 2 only game, so we'll see how this goes. Short race. So you'll start a short race when the city trial, and the participants will receive power-ups based on where you place in the race. The dust-up derby is a derby. Imagine that. You also get power-ups based on placement. You got boss battles, which is a Dynablade. Dynablade. It's Dynablade, isn't it? Oops.
I don't know. I've only ever seen it written.
And Krakow. Or Krakow. Krakatoa. Anyways. Too many power-ups can be a detriment. Too much speed without handling will cause issues. Too much handling without speed. You know, it's you have to play everything smart depending on how you are going to play the game. So you don't want to overpower your car and not be able to take a turn, you know? There are many different places to battle at. Wait, is this many different places to battle at? These are stadiums for the battle. Kirby Melee, Air Glider, Drag Race. Oh, these are different. I'm confused here now. This is different types of final battles?
Yeah, so there are each round, each 5 minute period, you are preparing for a stadium, and there are different kinds of those stadium. You don't know what the stadium is until get to it outside of very special cases.
Oh, right. You get
usually,
the hints and stuff. The hints
yeah.
that can be lies. Just don't fucking tell me.
Just funny. Yeah, so it randomly chooses 4 of the stadiums, and then you get to do a player vote.
Yeah.
If you want to, you can turn it off as well.
If you were the only person to vote on one, you win by default, which is like stupid.
Funny.
Everybody's gonna be trying to be that guy. I win the game.
Yeah,
I've
which
never
is the
even
mind
played
games.
it.
Yeah, it might. That's the thing though, because it might get you to vote for something that you're less equipped for, because you know so is everyone else. But then, if someone else does the same thing, trying to be the one person, then you have to do it anyway, and you're both less equipped for it. So I think it's fun.
It'll be.
So those stadiums are Kirby Melee, Air Glider, Drag Race, Target Flight, Dust Up Derby. Again, it's the same thing. Skydive or Gourmet Race, or at least that's the one they showed in the direct. There might be more again.
Okay. Well, we'll see. And the music, of course, is good, as most Nintendo games are.
Yeah, I have written down here just main theme fucking slaps.
That is verbatim right there on the screen. So,
yeah.
So
that was it for the direct. We just summarized 45 minutes in like 7, so you're welcome.
Yeah.
Still go watch it because, you know.
If you haven't watched it, you know, you can, but 45 minutes of your life. Of course, if you've sat here this time, we're a while into this one, so we appreciate you.
What I didn't watch all of, though, was the Xbox broadcasts, because the first one was 4 hour long, and there's 2 of them, so I read the highlights, I'll be honest. But what most of this was just showing more gameplay for things we already knew. There wasn't really a lot of announcements here. So if you are particularly happy about any of these games and you want to see more gameplay for it, or maybe they had a few interviews with some of the developers, go watch that specific bit. You know, nobody needed to sit through the whole thing.
Find a timestamp. Do not watch these entire videos.
Exactly.
There's no reason.
The biggest thing that they had was they confirmed that the ROG Xbox Ally thing is indeed launching on the 16th of October. We already kind of knew this because we had that leaker that said that. But it's confirmed now.
I don't find that to be the biggest thing. I would argue that Power Wash Simulator 2 dropping this year would be the biggest thing.
That's fair. So Power Wash Simulator, I need to get back into, I think. I got it as a free game as part of PS Plus or whatever they call it these days. Just the base game. I played that. I want to play it, first off, with a mouse and keyboard. Second off, I want to play the DLCs because they look way more fun. You know, I want to wash the fucking Wallace and Gromit house and Shrek Swamp and stuff.
Of course.
Those are real things. But yeah, Power Wash Simulator 2, I hear you asking, what could you possibly add to that game to warrant a sequel outside of just adding more DLC maps? And you have been heard. Basically, there's like you can customize your own house. You can buy trinkets and put them down. And we all know how much we like putting up trinkets. So, you know.
Yeah, my whole room is full of trinkets.
But yeah, so that's cool. It's a cool game coming out this year, which is also cool. The actual like bigger thing I would say is that they shadow dropped a Prince of Persia game, the Rogue Prince of Persia. It's a roguelike version, so it's not as big, obviously, but
Yeah,
I've seen
'cause
people
it's
having
light.
fun with it. It's cool. And that's all I got from the first broadcast. It's a 4-hour long show, and those are the only bits I picked out as being of any note.
3 things, and one of them is Power Wash Simulator 2. That tells you the quality of those 4 hours.
The second broadcast had more stuff in it.
Yeah.
They had a preview for the Stadium Quick Play that they're adding to Overwatch 2.
Woohoo.
I've been playing a bit of Overwatch 2 lately because people from work keep telling me to. It's okay. Moving on.
Yes,
High on
please.
Life 2. Again, I need to look into this, but it's the Rick and Morty people, right? But one of them was fired and disowned from the company because of controversy. So I need to look up if he's involved in this. But
that's
if
the
not,
game that's available
cool.
at limited run. If it's okay for you to, because like I said, the Busby game's on limited run as well. But High on Life 2 is available, the standard edition for PS5 and Xbox. You have the collector's edition for PS5, Xbox, and PC. You have the vinyl soundtrack and the skate deck. So limited run is doing that, and I wish limited run would hurry up and give me my damn Hellblade game, but apparently they're not going to.
Fair enough. The Outer Worlds 2 was there. Again, they had the head of sequels, good old Ben Schwartz, give a very long preview of the. At this point, they've given us the game. We've seen so much of the
You've
Outer
done
Worlds 2 at
everything
this
but
point.
hold a controller in your game while it's being showed.
Very much. Jurassic World Evolution 3.
It's like the first 2, but with a 3. So I'm excited for this one. It's a $49 game, brand new, $49 or $59. It's not. I want to say it's a $49 game. It's not a full price game. Like it's not. It's a AAA game, but it's not being sold like a AAA game. And if you like the first 2, you more than likely like the third one. I'm gonna get it at some point. And they moved it up. It was supposed to release the last day of this year, but now it releases in October. So I like games that move forward.
I think that was a
backwards.
placeholder date that got released for some reason.
I'm okay with it.
I think that was more of a.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
That's okay with me. It's sooner rather than later. So
good stuff. Fragpunk, a game that I forgot existed, gets a Toy Box inspired PvE mode.
I got that downloaded.
I haven't seen a lot of PvE lately. That's cool.
Yeah, I've played Fragpunk like I played it one night for a couple of hours, and then I haven't touched it since. It wasn't a bad game. It just wasn't anything that said, "Hey, keep playing this." So, yeah,
that's cool, dude. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. We saw some of the collections that there's going to be in it. Apparently, there are some rare editions of some of the older games.
Ooh.
They are reprinting in this, which is cool. They're not going to be very rare anymore. Sorry, anybody who still had one.
You better sell it quickly.
Final Fantasy Tactics, there, Evilise Chronicles.
Tactics.
Got some more in-depth gameplay.
I have less than a month.
No real new information.
Right? I have less than a month before I have this game. I can't wait. I'm going to go live on Twitch and not stop until I finish the game. I'm kidding. I'm absolutely not. I don't have the internet for that. I don't have the patience for that.
All right, Scoot, calm down.
I'm just, I'll start a subathon right now, and I'll be live until January of 2038. No, I am really excited. I do love the way this looks. We didn't get really anything new, but what new do you? It's a remake. It's a remake. You don't need anything new. It's the old game,
and it has a classic mode. Like it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited.
I know it's sort of his thing, but yeah, I'm also pretty excited. It's very cool. Yeah. And then the last thing that we have to talk about today
Oh, son of a
is
bitch.
for a while now,
Damn it.
Stan has been talking about how much he loves Sony and how much he has loved PlayStation for not raising their prices because everyone else did. Switch raised their prices. The Switch family of consoles had their prices raised in Canada and now again in the US. Xbox then just raised the prices of all the consoles. Everyone was mad about that. And now, finally, after I've been saying for months now that PlayStation will follow suit, despite Stan's objections,
Okay.
the mad lads have only gone and done it.
So, PlayStation has not made an $80 game yet. So, in my opinion, that still puts them ahead of Sony. Or not Sony, but ahead of Nintendo. Which, in that standing, also puts Xbox ahead of Nintendo. Which, Nintendo, the fuck are you doing if Xbox is in front of you? Secondly, the hardware, Switch or Xbox raised their hardware first. I think they saw how much they were charging for the Switch 2 and were like, oh, we can get away with a lot here. So they charged more for that. Then Nintendo raised their old console prices, and now the PlayStation is raising its old console price. The only difference between Sony, Xbox, or Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo is that Sony offers a pro version of a console. Neither of the other two do. Just saying. Does that defend them at all?
Okay.
Not at all. They did raise their prices just like everybody else did. They were the last to do it, so I appreciate them for that. I also
They were the last to do it in the States.
Yeah, well, and to affect people over here.
There's already been a thing everywhere else.
I will say that I did buy that PS5 like 2.5 years ago, so like this doesn't affect me in the slightest because I don't plan on getting another one because mine still works. I don't care to have a Pro because I don't need my graphics to be just that much better for like $800. No, thank you. If I was going to do that, I'd just buy a new graphics card for my computer. Which is where PC beats console. That's the only place that PC beats console is. Once you have a PC, it is a lot cheaper to upgrade it than it is to upgrade a console. But you have to pay the in the door price of a PC, and that is not cheaper than a console. So yeah, PlayStation did raise their prices. That sucks for their consoles. They're not raising their accessory prices though yet that they've stated. So controllers will still be their basic price. And I need more of those. So I gotta buy the Ghost of Yotai one or Yoti, Yodelei, that one. I gotta buy that one because I think it looks really nice. And it'll look nice up there on the shelf next to that one. Yeah, next to that one. It'll look good up there. Yeah, that's it. That's all. That is everything. That is almost 2.5 hours. You want to stretch it out to 2.5 hours? We can hit 2.5 hours. I can give 3 more minutes of bullshit. Like, subscribe, comment. Like, subscribe, comment. Like, subscribe, comment. Like, subscribe, comment.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We do again apologize for the slight delay, but considering the length of the episode, I think this has been a good week.
Yeah,
I'm happy with this.
You'll either love it or you'll hate it, and we're here for either one of them.
Let us know in the comments. All two of you still watching. Thank you, Jacob, and
Papa, maybe.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Lots of cool stuff has happened. I know we skipped over a lot of it and was a bit dismissive, but that's just because of the sheer amount of stuff that happened,
there was so much.
Which
will
never be a bad thing, really.
Yeah. It still took us this long, and we skipped through some things. Had we broken down each and every one of these, this episode would have been a week long. So...
So thank you very much for watching, everyone, and we will see you in a few days.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.